What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into this reality chat. I had a previous video where I talked about Martell, where he was on the Carlos King after show that comes on after Love and Marriage DC on the OWN network. And Dr. Heavenly was a guest and Martell Holt was a guest. And Martell admitted what most people that have sense knew, and that was the fact that he had no intentions on marrying Ariane Coleslaw Curry, that she is just his baby mama. So if anybody was surprised, it would have to be Ariane. And I don't even think that she was really surprised by it. But Martell was recently interviewed by Cheministry, and she is going to be on the Fox Soul Network and also have a live panel where I guess Martell is just going to be one of several people that she's going to be asking questions of and allowing, I guess, the audience to ask questions. And so she says she does this because she really wants to get men's perspective on things, since she has been 8 years not just not having any physical relations, but not being in a relationship at all. And so pure, true abstaining, and Martell being someone who is a very polarizing figure. And I mean, a lot of people just don't like the dude. And I've said several times, I don't like Martell. I don't like to say I don't like people, but I definitely will say I don't like someone's ways. I don't hate anyone, but the ways of a person can make me not want to have anything to do with them. And he is definitely one of those people that I just have not cared for his actions. Well, he shared some things in this interview that upon first listening to it, my ears perked up, and he was just calm and cool-headed and just answering the questions for the most part, and coming across as someone who wants to be in a relationship, wants to be in a marriage, and kind of owning up to the mistakes that he made in his previous relationship / marriage with Melody Cherie, and how he realizes that he really messed that up. Now, it's a shame that all these years after the fact, he's realizing that he messed it up. And it kind of reminds you of the movie, Why Did I Get Married? When the guy who was married to the woman played by Jill Scott, when she left him and he was just very evil and disrespectful to her and cheating on her and all of that other stuff. Once she left him, and she was out of the picture, moved on, got in a relationship with someone else, was doing better for herself, losing weight, all of that good stuff. And the guy stuck around with the chick that he was messing around with. He admitted that I messed up. This chick that I'm with, she really isn't what I wanted. It was just a physical thing. And that's definitely what it was for Martell. But here's the thing. Is Martell really maturing, or does he just want to make money? Does he have a really good PR rep now, finally, and somebody that's really there to say, look, dude, if you want to launch these brands and businesses, which is something that I talked about before, who do you really think your customers and clients are really going to be? It's going to be more women than it's going to be men. And right now you have women, the vast majority of those that know anything about him, hating you right now. So who's really going to support you financially to buy your stuff? And so I'm just like, I don't know, because I don't know if Martell has been diagnosed as a narcissist, and I'm definitely not someone that can diagnose him to be that, but I do believe that he has the tendencies and the characteristics and the actions of someone who is. And most narcissists don't change like that. They just don't. I'm not saying that it is impossible, but it's very well close to it. So I don't know. You guys can let me know your thoughts about it. Do you believe that Martell is really maturing, or is he just doing this for the money? I do believe in second chances, even third chances. If someone truly has like repented, turned from their evil and wicked ways, and it's like, I know that I was a screw up, I know that I was a terrible person, I want to change. I'm not even saying that I want to be back in someone's life. I know that I screwed that up, but I don't want to continue being this horrible person that I have been. And then once you own up to your ways, then there is some hope. But I don't know. I can't say from this one interview and him saying that he has realized that he really messed up that situation, that they had a really good relationship and a good family and all that good stuff going on, that he's really changed. I would need to see more. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I would just say I would need to see more to see that he's really changed. Because what I will say is this: Martell Holt, as much as he has displayed of himself on the show on these past several seasons, and we know that he made a child outside of his marriage with this woman, girl, whatever, who has been nothing but disrespectful to the woman that he was married to, I wouldn't even say that he's the worst out of the men in that bunch. I just believe that for the most part, because of how he has been really childish and how he has handled things with Melody, and just being very entitled, and how he handled things with her and in that previous marriage, that it made Marceau and Maurice look better. But I don't even believe that they are as innocent as they have been seen to be. I'm just saying, because when I heard some of the things that Maurice admitted to about being with several women in one span of a day, and how he just all of a sudden, once he got with Kimmy, threw all of that out of the window. I don't know. But is that true? And then we already know the rumors that are going all around about Marceau, and just how freaking disrespectful he is to Tisha in that marriage, that relationship. As much as Tisha wants to talk about how long they've been married, it really doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things and how he treats Tisha. But with this interview and Martell coming out and admitting that, look, I messed up. I miss my family. I missed the way that things were. It was really good. And I screwed it up over some open legs that were available to me whenever I wanted to. Open legs and open mouth, pretty much. And it sucks because too many men, especially men, some women too, but too many men do not think with the brain that God gave them, and they think with the throbbing parts down below. And it's just so ridiculous because you really make yourself the equivalent of an animal, which is why they say that men are dogs, because we have several dogs. And when I tell you, when they're in heat, when one of the girls are like, they're going through their heat cycle, and the guy, the male dog is trying to get at that girl, like, it's like they have to do it. It literally is that instinct where they have to do it. And oh my God, it's horrible. So when a man can't act any better than a dog, and they just have to screw somebody because they're feeling the urge, it's just, you have no self-control, and you make yourself the equivalent of an animal, because you should really have some control over that, especially being an adult. But I digress. Martell, has he really matured, or is he just doing this for the money? I would say it could be a combination of both, but I do believe that a vast majority of it is because he needs to make this money. And how can you really sell to the marketplace? Because marketing is about tapping into people's emotions. And if you already have these women that have this wall up against you because they can't stand how you have treated your previous relationship and your ex-wife and your children. Because what he did to his wife, he destroyed the marriage, so he did it to his children too. So a lot of women connect because they either know someone that was in a similar situation, or they have been there, or just for the sake of being a woman and seeing how this man has just totally destroyed that relationship, they wouldn't want to support him and do any business with him. Now, we know that there are some that love him and support him and they are fans of his for whatever reason, but I believe that a vast majority of it is because he needs to make the money, and because he's going to be launching this wine and whatever other things that he's got in the works going on. You have to have that audience. And I've talked about this in a conversation where I talked about these reality shows pretty much being commercials for the reality stars brands at this point. It really is. So this is a terrible commercial for Martell when he has done nothing but be disrespectful to Melody and that relationship, and continue to do it even after the divorce, and just trying to continuously make her out to be the bad guy. Like, this should be his opportunity. This should be the time to try to restore his image and rebuild and move on. Because what's happened has happened. It's in the past. You can't change it. Unfortunately, what's done is done. So all you can do is move forward. So if he doesn't take this time to do better and move forward, then it's almost like it's a waste of time for him to be on this reality show and just getting a check to barely pay the bills. So you guys let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. I was just really interested in talking about this, because at first, when I listened to it, I was like, he's got a little change of heart. And then I'm like, but scratching my temple, rubbing my chin, knowing how Martell has been, and also knowing that he has some upcoming business ventures in the works, I just believe that a vast majority of it is because of him needing to sell his products. So you guys let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section.